What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And I'm down here in St. Louis, Missouri. If anybody's down here that watches Kevin's Corner, what's happening? I'm in your city to wreck your town. That's what I'm here to do, with some reasoning, some logic, something that makes sense. I'm down here sniffing out nonsense, trying to make sense out of it. But anyway, so everybody's going on about, President Trump's decision to drop the bomb on salami. And I don't see what the problem is. I really don't. See, when you look at President Trump's foreign policies, they're very clear. One, he wants to keep us out of unnecessary skirmishes. He wants to bring our troops home. And he wants other countries to respect us and not act like they ain't got no home training, trying to kill our soldiers overseas, any American lives that are threatened. They knew what would happen. President Trump made it very clear. Now, I hear Chuck Schumer and all of them talk about President Trump's foreign policies, and none of them, according to Chucky, old boy, none of them have been successful. Almost every one of them has failed. And I'm thinking, that's news to me, Chuck. Maybe Chuck is checking out something that we ain't checking out. Because when I look at the president's foreign policies compared to what they said they were going to be, because remember, when President Trump was elected, it was supposed to turn into World War III immediately. Soon as he raised his right hand, and I swear that I'll uphold the Constitution, so help me God. Okay, let's blow up Russia, North Korea, and all those places. But let's just go over his foreign policy record for Chuck and the rest of those people out there that might be listening to Chuck. First things first, instead of just getting us caught up in Syria based on the crap that they was telling us was happening. Remember, Assad, he was chemical weapons. He was releasing chemical weapons on his people. And they wanted Trump to do something, stay involved over there. All he did was said, okay, we ain't going to overreact. We're going to blow up a couple things, then we're going to get out of there. But I'm not going to stick around over there Putin and farting around for several years, even though my gut tells me there were some people trying to make him do that. Let's see, what else? Oh, how about ISIS, that foreign policy? When he said, you know what? Why is it taking so long to deal with ISIS? Remember, Obama? Listen, it's going to take a long time to deal with ISIL. And they're just not going to go away overnight. Their JV team and all that stuff, that JV team almost took over half of the Middle East. So President Trump comes in, and probably within like a year, ISIL, as President Barack called him, ISIL was defeated. Now, that's pretty good foreign policy to me. Now, remember, Kim Jong-un, you calling him Rocket Man. You don't want to entice our enemies like that. You're going to get us all killed. It's going to turn into World War III. Once Kim Jong-un realized that Trump was dead serious, he said, let's talk about it. Let's work some things out. I'm willing to have a chit-chat. And even though he has not given up his nukes, he sure ain't crazy enough at this point to restart his nuclear program and start testing missiles, even though he's been threatening, quote unquote. But look at Trump's policies. He built the relationship with him at least enough to where he's saying to himself, I know Donald Trump is willing to work with me if I have some sense, but I also know that he will do whatever he has to do if I decide to go back in the other direction. So therefore, I'm just gonna make threats, but I ain't gonna do what I used to do when it was Obama and Bush, where they was just firing stuff off every other week. I think that foreign policy has worked a lot. How about this one? What about Mexico? Mexico and helping us on the border. Hey, Mexico, either you give us some help or else it's gonna cost you. And what did Mexico do? They're helping us out on the border. Now illegal crossing is down. So what is Chuck talking about? And then when it comes down to Iran, President Trump, the first time when they shot down our drone, he could have stuck his foot up their tail, but did he do it? No. He considered the loss of life compared to the drone, and he said, you know what? It's not comparable. Let's go ahead and slide on that. But when you start talking about lives, that's when I'm gonna draw that's his red line. So now it comes down to him holding them accountable. President Trump's foreign policies, if you look at it, all he is saying is, number one, I want fair and equal trade. China. I love that foreign policy. Hey, China, you're going to either treat us fair or we're going to stick it to you with these tariffs. So when it comes down to his foreign policy, I want fair and equal trade. And I want countries to respect America and our citizens and our military. Don't be reckless trying to shoot them, blow stuff up, and act a fool like this man that was killed a couple days ago that the Democrats are mourning. I'm surprised we didn't see them over in Iran weeping and wailing on the man's casket. Them along with the liberal media. They're saying all kind of reckless stuff. And the idiots over here that don't know anything about foreign policy, don't know anything about manipulation, going along with it. Colin Kaepernick talking about America has a history of killing leaders and this and that. Does he know what Iran do to their own people? These same people over here in the United States is trying to virtue signal and make it seem like we're the big bad regime that's just trying to invoke imperialism in all these other countries. Do they realize all of the atrocities that man did, not only to other people, Americans, but to his own people? That little protest a couple weeks ago, who you think was in charge of telling all those people to simmer down? And if you don't, you know what? Open fire. Open fire. Who you think was responsible for that? So the same people who are wailing and weeping over here like that man was Mother Teresa, how about you go over there and experience the real oppression of a regime that is a dictatorship? All the women who's on Twitter over here, the movie stars, who's the one girl, I don't even know her name. She's an actress, I guess. I ain't never heard of her until she tweeted. But apparently she's talking about forgive us. Iran, we're over here being led by a dictator and don't blow us up and all of that stuff. If you go to that country, there's a high probability you're not even talking. Yeah, you're tweeting too much. Let's break your fingers. How about that? So these people over here that's trying to make Trump out to be the boogeyman, unfortunately, either are ignorant, victims of manipulation, or evil. Now, when I say that, I'm now directing my attention towards the media and the Democrats. When they can take a man like Salami, I call him, jokingly, the Salami. When they take a man like him and glorify him and try to make it appear that he was some type of legitimate leader just because he, quote unquote, had the title of a general of the military or whatever, doesn't make him not a terrorist either. See, he had a dual role. Jeffrey Dahmer, he worked at a factory. We don't say, but he was also eating people. He was a murderer. What's the other dude? Ted Bundy. He was a lawyer. I mean, he was a politician, but he was a murderer. So you can't abstract the negative and just focus on the positive like the media do. You can't undermine your whole statement when you say, hey, listen, he was obviously a bad actor. I mean, he killed lots of Americans and he was a horrible person. But as soon as you say but, like the media and the Democrats have been doing, you can't have it both ways because you just negated everything you said leading up to the but. I knew a big but was coming. And that's all the media and the Democrats are. Big butts. That's all they are. And I ain't talking about the ones in the Luke videos. I like big butts and I cannot lie. I'm talking about big sloppy butts that shouldn't be in bikinis. I'm talking about big sloppy plumber crack butts. That's the kind of butts they are. The kind of butt where would you pull your pants up? Can't believe you under my sink working on it. You crack all out and everything. Just talking about what you got here is a busted pipe. Cover that up before I lose my cookies, man. Okay? Yeah, that type of butt. I ain't talking about that hot butt where dude like, check out that booty. I'm talking about the kind of booty where people are going, now look at her. I can't believe she came out on the beach with that. She know better than that. That little bikini can't hold all that in. Look like big old bag of chewed bubble gum. I'm talking about that kind of butt, okay? We ain't talking about the nice looking butts. Not the ones in the gym doing the squat. No, big old nasty sloppy butts. And that's what they are. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. I'm sick and tired of hearing all of these Democrats and all of the media, the liberal media, hysterically trying to make it seem like what Trump did was ill-advised. He doesn't have a plan. It was just random. like he just woke up scratching. You know what? I feel we should just kill somebody today. I mean, I don't. What is this guy? Is he a bad guy? Just going down a list or something. Is he a bad guy? Well, let's kill him. I'm sick of that type of negativity coming out of our media and out of the Democrats. And that just goes to show there's an agenda. And the agenda is whatever Trump says, we say the opposite. If Trump does something good, even if it's wonderful for us and it's logical and practical, let's try to flip it some way, even if we have to stick a butt in there. Yeah, and that's what they've been doing all 3 years, sticking a butt in the way. Now, don't forget, check me out tomorrow night, Wednesday, 7:30, live in Kevin's Corner. I'm going to be broadcasting from St. Louis. So if you somebody out there in the St. Louis area that watches my show, let me know in the bottom of this video, and I might give you a shout out or something. All right, don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. Okay, and don't forget to check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor, and put my name in the promo code if you like something. If you want something, you get a 20% discount. And make sure you're still subscribed and the notifications are set for all notifications. And other than that, if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. There's a link in the bottom of the video to do that. And find me on Facebook and the Twitter. All right, God bless y'all. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. And hopefully the Democrats and the media keep their big butts out the way. God bless.